Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're taking a seriously mind-bending look into the philosophy of our digital world. We're going to unpack some really incredible insights derived from a recent Wired analysis by philosopher Tomoki Nanasawa. Honestly, this is an exploration that might just completely flip how you view your relationship with the devices you use every single day.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Listen to this quote. Without the focus and clarity provided by this practice, I could not have written Sapiens or Homo Deus. That's the acclaimed author Yuval Noah Harari, and he's actually talking about an intense 10-day silent Goenka Vipassana meditation retreat.
So, what exactly is this retreat? Well, it requires 10 straight days of absolutely no communication, complete, total silence. Participants sit and meditate for around 12 hours a day. It is a stark, ancient, heavy silence that stands in just jarring contrast to the buzzing notifications and hyperconnectivity of our modern technology. And fascinatingly, this practice has seen a massive surge in popularity since the COVID pandemic.
But here's the wild reality check. You might think these intense silent retreats are just filled with spiritual seekers or monks, but they are increasingly packed with young systems engineers and tech designers. And why are they there? Because they've literally quit their jobs, fleeing the immediate, undeniable threat of being displaced by the AI revolution.
These engineers see the writing on the wall. And let's be real, we aren't talking about some distant sci-fi future anymore. Agent-based AI, like Claude Code, is a present reality. It's already handling massive chunks of the workload: code generation, research, automated bug fixing, and even operational implementation. Humans are increasingly just left giving the prompts. It forces us to ask a deeply uncomfortable question. Who is really in control of our technology?
Section 1. Tech. Tool or master? Philosophical views.
Now, what's really interesting about this is the stark contrast between two major philosophical camps. On one side, we have instrumentalism. This is the optimistic humanist view we constantly tell ourselves, right? That technology is just a tool, and we, the humans, hold the reins. But on the exact opposite side, we have technological determinism. This is the bleak view famously feared by philosophers like Heidegger, warning that technology actually dictates and structures human behavior, trapping us in a system of efficiency we simply cannot escape. So, you're probably wondering, is there a middle ground? Yes, and it's called interactionism. Introduced through the lens of Japanese philosopher Junichi Murata, alongside concepts like social constructivism and actor network theory, this philosophy argues that it's not a one-way street. Instead, humans and technology shape one another in this really complex, ongoing web of relationships.
Interactionism gives us three clear implications for how technology actually evolves. First, it is socially shaped. Our societal needs and demands dictate its initial form. Second, it becomes black-boxed. Once it's built and released, it locks in, much like a fixed restaurant menu that you simply have to accept. But third, it remains metastable. This means that, theoretically at least, the tech is still moldable and open to influence by society. It perfectly fulfills the Japanese philosopher Kitaro Nishida's beautiful idea of moving from what is made to what makes.
Section 2. The illusion of control. Are we truly sovereign?
When you look at the news lately, it kind of feels like we're fighting back, doesn't it? We have the right to repair movement rolling out in the EU by 2026. We have these massive GDPR privacy frameworks. We even have Australia rolling out social media bans for kids under 16. These modern regulations definitely make it feel like we are actively interacting with and controlling our tech. But unfortunately, these only operate on the absolute surface.
So, the crucial point is, we absolutely must distinguish between being responsive and having true sovereignty. Responsive just means surface interaction. You can tweak a privacy setting or, repair a broken phone screen. But sovereignty is deep governance. It's the true ability to stop the system entirely or rewrite the underlying algorithms and data policies. Simply being able to change a setting on your phone does not mean we are sovereign over the algorithm.
Section 3. Techno-feudalism. The Web 2.0 era.
Techno-feudalism is a pretty profound concept. It describes a modern society where giant tech platforms essentially rule exactly like feudal lords over vast digital territories, with users pretty much trapped within them. I mean, think about it. These massive tech corporations have amassed a level of power, wealth, and systemic influence that rivals, or in some cases totally exceeds, modern democratic nation-states. And this brilliantly illustrates what we can call the peasant's illusion versus the lord's reality. We think we're free because we get to arrange our digital tools and farm our little patch of the digital land, right?
We enjoy our local freedoms inside the castle walls. But the reality? The platform lords own the land, they set the hidden rules, and they secretly extract the fruits of our labor, our data, to feed into their massive large language models without us ever even seeing the blueprint.
Section 4. The Black Box Tangle. Why we can't escape.
Now here is the fatal gap in that interactionist philosophy we talked about earlier. There is a massive, frankly unbridgeable difference between theoretical possibility and practical possibility. Yes, because technology is socially constructed, we theoretically can change it. But practically, the system is now so incredibly complex, so completely entrenched, and so heavily black-boxed that we simply cannot realistically untangle it.
Because this black box is locked absolutely shut by massive, real-world forces. We are talking about astronomical capital investments that dictate development. We're talking about deeply integrated military and defense interests. And, of course, massive geopolitical ambitions, with leaders like Donald Trump or Xi Jinping looking to secure absolute technological dominance for their respective nations. These overwhelming external pressures make true individual user sovereignty practically impossible to achieve.
Section 5. Rethinking worldview. Looking past the screen.
Right now, we are operating under monism. This is a system driven by a single Western functionalist principle, usually capitalist profit or just raw, unadulterated efficiency. But what if we shifted to pluralism? The source material suggests looking at alternative frameworks, touching upon the Buddhist concept of dharma and dependent origination. This is a world where multiple overlapping principles acknowledge the profound interdependence and impermanence of everything, rather than just driving blindly toward a single functional goal.
The reality is, we simply cannot rely on instant AI responses to solve the deep, tangled complexities of human-technology relationships. Bringing this full circle back to that silent meditation retreat where we started, we need deep, uniquely human contemplation. Quick, automated AI fixes aren't going to untangle the black box of our digital society.
Which leaves us with this final, genuinely provocative thought to take away. Do we actually need to revive living myths to navigate the extreme complexity of our technological reality? Perhaps ancient human tools like myth, deep meditation, and philosophical pluralism aren't just artifacts of the past. They might be our only real way to break out of techno-feudalism and truly understand the systems governing our lives. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I really hope this completely changed how you look at the digital world around you.